Hello and welcome to this video, discussing hell, not the devil which is born from it but just the realm itself and its intriguing connection both to earth, to humans and to devils in general. But before I get into the swing of things, I'd like to remind you that I am trying to reach 500 subscribers before the end of this year. If you like Chainsaw Man and want to be part of a community that is also just as interested, this is the place for you to be. But with that all said and done, let us get into this thing. The hell which we see in Chainsaw Man is one of the most interesting interpretations I have ever seen of the supposed home of the devil, or in this case devils. It isn't visible horrible, filled with tortured souls or various forms of cruel punishment for the sinners that dwell there. There isn't an endless mass of darkness or burning fires everywhere, the ground isn't made of molten rock and the sky isn't filled with raging storm clouds. Honestly, from just a single glance you might consider this place to be almost beautiful, with rolling hills filled with flower fields and grass as far as the eye can see. The only thing which points towards the otherworldly status of this place is the fact that the sky itself is made up of doors, countless doors. That's all before you start to notice the severed fingers which might be laying around, or other disembodied parts of the human body which may or may not be used by some devils as decoration. Hell and earth share a connection, one which isn't explained in great detail in the story thus far, but it is clearly demonstrated with the way in which devils are able to move back and forth between it and earth by dying. Why devils specifically end up on earth when they die isn't yet known, or how they end up moving between them without the actions of a devil such as the Hell Devil, Darkness Devil, or for whatever reason the Spider Devil, which have the ability to directly transport people between these two different realms. But we can make some educated assumptions, namely that each of the doors which make up Hell's roof, sky, or whatever you want to call it, are in fact connected to a different place, perhaps all over hell and more importantly all over the earth. When a devil dies, they may be thrown through one of these doors at random, appearing in some random location on earth where the door spits them out, as no devil seems to have memories of their death or how they ended up in their current situation on earth, unless they got there by some means outside of death. The location in which the door throws the devil out might be linked to something to do with the specific devil, or it might be completely random, but this is how I believe devils are moved between one realm and another. As for why hell is connected to earth, I believe that is self-evident in that hell was created, at least in its current form, by people's fear. We already know that in this world fear of something can result in the creation of that something which otherwise wouldn't exist, so as fear of where these things came from grows, hell came into being, and thus it is intrinsically connected to earth and to the humans which feared it into existence. Some people might disagree with me, saying that hell must have always existed in order for there to be devils, but I don't agree with that concept, since we know that devils like darkness are primal devils, and I'm sorry but I simply can't believe that the fear of hell, as it is currently understood in the story, is as old as the fear of the dark. So only once people began questioning, wondering where these things that are called devils come from, did hell come into existence out of that fear. The reason why hell is the way it is, a twisted paradise, is because no two people's interpretations would be the same. The idea of hell is even more abstract than the idea of darkness or eternity. Hell is something which is created by the fears of every human on earth. In fact, the doors, their innumerable numbers, might relate to every single devil, as every single devil might have their own specific door which moves them between hell and earth. But that's all just how I make sense of it, not concrete, and I'm sure that there are flaws. I accept that, and I'd like to hear about them in the comments down below, but until then, this is how I feel about the connection between the two otherwise independent worlds. But moving on, the next thing I want to discuss is the way that the devils react to hell. Specifically, fiends and actually devils seem to have a reaction to being in hell, while hybrids seem to either have no reaction to it or have a very muted one, as Quanch didn't seem to react to being in hell or have any knowledgeable where she was when they ended up there. Angel comments on the scent of hell, so perhaps the flowers or just the atmosphere has a particular scent, but upon arriving there, all the fiends and Angel begin freaking out. While this could be put down to the presence of the Darkness Devil observing them, I am more inclined to think that this is an effect of being in hell itself. It might be that, while devils don't remember their past lives, or at least not most of it, they are still able to recognize the threat of which hell possesses to them on an instinctual level. It might also be that being in hell means they are effectively trapped there until they die or find some other way out, which unless you're a powerful devil isn't going to happen. Fiends in fact might have it even worse than just regular devils, being devils who have lost a significant portion of their power, as they now reside within the bodies of humans, and weakness is unlikely to be something which is tolerated in hell, at least not from what we have seen of the place thus far. There is also the consideration of the fact that hell might also just be a huge trauma button for every single devil, as while they don't remember dying, it's pretty clear that some things persist, the sound of the chainsaw for one. Another might just be the smell of hell, which for all we know with all those disembodied parts of people lying around could smell horrible, like a literal mass of rotting corpse, which could put a lot of people on edge. Even ignoring their untimely death by chainsaw or some other devil, the fact that devils like darkness are just chilling up there in the sky, able to seemingly observe from wherever the heck it was originally and doesn't even bother hiding their presence is a pretty good reason to be freaking the hell out. And finally there is the very real possibility that, just being in hell is bad for devils. For instance, the sight we see might be one of the nicest area in hell, the rest of it could be your more typical version of it, with fire and brimstone, where murder and torture is the meal of the day every day for eternity, where other devils are feasted upon by stronger devils, who can say only that while unnerved it seems like only the fiends, who by all rights shouldn't have any memories of this place, seem to be having the extreme negative reaction to being there. But this is all I had to say, so let me know what you think about this intrigue world that we are certain to find out more about during Denji's time trying to locate the Blood Devil in Part 2. Feel free to leave me a comment below telling me your thoughts, and if you enjoyed don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Otherwise have a good day or night wherever you are.